Hello guys and welcome back to week number 6 of the Smite Oceania Pro League, brought to you by our very kind sponsors in Plantronics, Rocket and now Sandboxer. I'm Husey and joining me is going to be Switchbay.
How we doing, guys? Been casting the last series of games, and I'm excited to cast this next lot, especially with you, Husey. We haven't done this in a while.
I know, it's going to be very exciting. We're going to be seeing Law Gaming up against Invidious in what is sure to be a close run thing. Let's head into our picks and bans now. Switchbay, what do you expect to see out of Invidious?
Out of Invidious, it's kind of been drilled in as them having like only the 1 or 2 team comps, but it's effective, so it's working for them. Has been banned recently. I believe they cop a few Odin bans or something in the past games, but I definitely do expect to see something like a Thor on Freemason because he plays a phenomenal Thor. Top notch something with an Odin, a Ram on Rama Barana. Let's go with that one. And just any old support for Nick Crick because he knows what he's doing and he can lay down the CC and the peel and everything. So pretty standard stuff, I suppose.
Well, I mean, we're going to start out not quite standard. Loki first banned out here, and then Thor taken away as well.
That's... well... okay. Well, the Freemason, as I stated just before, but does it... wow. That's very, very interesting. The Loki, I don't particularly understand that. I think that's a direct... very, very direct target at Shrek, who has played the majority of his Oceanic Pro League games as either Sun Wukong or Loki. So I think that's really just giving Top Notch that room to breathe, where they'll put it on a... well, they'll put Shrek on a god that he's not as comfortable with, so Top Notch can really shine in that solo lane.
Yeah, definitely. We could see as well Alquang and Athena banned out. Athena really makes sense to be banned out. Really, really strong. Alquang banned out as well. Very strong as well. And we come to our first set of picks here. Bologna is going to be the first pickup for Invidious.
Wow, that's really interesting. Very interesting to see Bologna get passed through the bans, I suppose. We've seen her banned countless times, over and over and over. But I really hope this one goes over to Top Notch. I really want to see him shine with this one in the solo lane.
It could also go on to Freemason. You mentioned that he liked to play Thor jungle for the control aspect of it. We've seen him play Bologna as well, just for initiation he brings, because rather than necessarily Nick Crick being the initiator on Invidious, it's either Freemason or Top Notch usually, and Nick Crick's more of the peel for his team. Let's take a look towards Law Gaming's first picks, and we're going to see Sylvanas and Ulla picked up at the beginning here. Ulla picked up, that's a bit odd.
That is a little bit odd. We have seen Dante play an Ul before, and he did play it really, really well. I believe against Ivory, he went something like 8-0. It was like insane. So he played a very, very good Ul in that regard. But also we have seen Rana Barana play Ul. So I think that's kind of just like, I'm good with this god, you're good with this god, I'm going to take it first. But the Sylvanas, like we don't need to talk about that. Sylvanas is just a lane bully, and he's dominant, and he's fantastic, and we've seen him played. We've seen him banned, we've seen him played, we've seen him banned. So he's obviously a very, very strong pick, and I'm very excited to see how Chill's gonna play him.
Me as well. Big Chilled fan right here. All right, let's take a look at Invidious' next picks. It's going to be Agni. That's going to be going towards Just Rogue in the mid lane, and Hunbats. So that pretty much confirms Bologna towards the solo lane for Top Notch, unless Nick Crick's feeling a bit of a European fever and wants to play Bologna support. Don't think so. However, but Freemason's Hunbats, we saw it against Dire, was actually one of their strongest points there. He really used the Fear No Evil to very good effect, peeling for his teammates as well as setting up for team fights.
Exactly right. You just have to pick the right points to play it. Sorry, to lay down that ultimate, and I think Freemason knows exactly those points and when to do it and get the most out of that Fear No Evil, that massive, massive CC ultimate. We are seeing this Agni. This Agni is good. This Agni is adding, in addition to the Hunbats, this Agni is phenomenal. Like, a great pick with the Bologna as well. It's just so much burst and circles and control and CC and everything. It's a really, really good pickup, and they've already drafted a pretty strong team. But we are going to see the response from Law, and they're going to pick up some Wukong. So that's going to be I suppose the other 50% of what Shrek has shown us he's played in the solo lane. So he's going to take that one into the solo lane, and into the second round of bans, we are going to see a Geb banned out. No surprise there. They don't have a support. Might as well ban out Geb.
Yeah, exactly. Geb's probably the next strongest support left on the board with Athena banned out. We've seen multiple teams playing through the OPL with varying levels of success, but generally, if you can get that Geb to late game, he does very well. Scylla banned away, just taking away from Goldie's mid-god pool. He's played Scylla very, very well when he has had it, but in response, he's going to pick up Janus, who is probably one of the strongest mid laners right now.
I'd go as far as to say Janus is the strongest mid laner. I have said it before a few times, but I definitely feel that Janus is a fantastic mid laner. He's so versatile. He can get in and out of things. He can slow and CC everybody. Really, really strong safe. But we are going to see the response is going to be Ram and Ares. And I like that. That's a good combo for me. If you can get the pull with the Rama ult, then you're bursting people down. You're doing like countless amounts of damage. It's ridiculous. And
yeah,
I think that's a really good pickup for the duo lane.
Yeah, exactly right. I really like Rama at the moment. We've seen Snoopy play him in the SPL. Just perfection, like hitting all of the snipes. And if there's one thing we know about Rana Barana, it's that he can hit abilities. And so I'm very much looking forward to see him get some of those snipes. I think you even called him a Rama Barana at the start. So bit of foresight there for you.
Exactly. We all know his... Well, yeah, the Ares. The pivotal thing in this game, I think, the thing that's really going to change the game is if those chains will land. If those chains will land, then that's GG, because like there's going to be so much lockdown and so much CC and so much damage coming out from every other aspect of the team comp. It's all going to rely on the Ares chains. In response, the last thing that's going to be picked up is going to be a Circuit. Great. I'm a fan of the Circuit. I like it, but picking it directly into an Ares isn't too good. Those cripples. It's not going to be interesting.
About to say that like Ares is one of possible counters to Circuit, because as you were just saying, the chains that hit, they cripple, you can't dash anymore, and you can't jump away, and that's half of your kit literally gone right there. Yeah, I'm not too sure about that one. I guess they were kind of limited with what was left on the board. Astet was still available, however, could have been a bit of a better pick, I feel, into this comp rather than Circuit, simply because Circuit just against the Ares.
Exactly right.
But you know, we'll have to see. I have faith in Senses. I have a feeling, and I have a faith in Wargaming in general, and they've definitely have planned for this game coming up, and they've got something that they want to achieve. And we're just going to have to wait and see what they've got planned as we go to a short break, and we'll be back right after this.
The new high-performance Rig 500 headset from Plantronics is designed to match the skills of an aspiring esport player with the gear they need to win. The new modular system gives you the power to adapt, upgrade, and personalize your headset for the task at hand. The Rig 500 series of gaming headsets are engineered to deliver the perfect combination of durable lightweight comfort in an immersive audio environment. 7.1 surround sound and 24-bit audio provide a stunning 360-degree sound field with directional audio. 40mm drivers with low-frequency resonators provide crisp highs and boosted bass. Clear voice noise-canceling technology provides clear communication to your teammates. From the headset company that equips the pros, the 500 series was crafted to meet the needs of esports and competitive players around the world. The new Rig 500 series of headsets from Plantronics. Respect the training. Reactions win.
When the world needs conquerors. When being rare is not enough. And even epic fails. It's time to create your own fate, to become legendary. No matter what kind of enemy you face, or what kind of game you play, you can become the craftsman of your own legend.
limited to war. You could even score your very own thought. Take out a loan and order more. Printed, 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 printed.
Hi guys, and welcome to our first game between Invidious and Law Gaming. I'm Husey, and joining me for this very interesting match is going to be Switchbay.
Yeah, interesting, exactly. I'm so excited to see this top-notch Bologna against Shrek's Sun Wukong. I think that's going to be where I'll be spending most of my attention. But
Yeah, definitely. It's always interesting to see top-notch on Lockdown Gods. We've seen him play Odin become a little bit notorious for it in the OCE scene, and also for being able to lock down just all of the mid laners who don't know that Combat Blink exists. But Law Gaming, they have possibly improved the most out of any team since the beginning of the split.
I'll definitely agree. And with that getting started, let's introduce our teams. On the left-hand side, under the blue health bars, we have got Top Notch as your solo lane Bologna. We've got Freemason running around the jungle as the Monkey Man. Hunbats, Just Rogue is going to be your mid lane Agni. Nick Crick and Runner Barana are going to make up your duo lane partnership of Ares and Ram.
And on the right side of your spectator UI, fighting under the red health bars, we have got Law Gaming. Shrek is going to be your solo lane Lord of the Monkeys, Sun Wukong. Senses is in the jungle as a Lady of Venom, Cirquette. Goldie is your mid laner, Janice. Chilled and Dante make up the duo lane as Sylvanas and Ula. So let's talk about this mid lane matchup. Goldie against Just Rogue. Both of them possibly being the best player for their teams. And just a really strong God matchup. Agni against Janice. How do you see this one going?
The Agni against Giannis is a bit favored to the Agni, I'd say. Only because you can't really catch an Agni out too much with your portal. So it'll be a little bit harder for you to try and lock him down so you can get your unstable vortex out onto him. That being said, they both have incredible lane clear, so it will kind of come down to, I suppose, the mechanical skill and knowledge of each player. Something I wanted to really point out here is Top Notch has a red and so does Freemason.
That is just early aggression in big bold letters. But
I'd just say that's rude. On the left-hand side, we do see Chilled and Dante are trying to take away that purple buff, but Runner Barana manages to take a little bit of poke and secure his purple buff, so he's not going to be too hindered in the lane. Does opt for the more aggressive route to take. He's definitely going to just want to run around that camp. Good aggression coming out early from Law.
That's just a signature Law move there, is invading the purple buff right at the start. They just love to do that because it catches so many teams by surprise. They just forget that that's what Law Gaming do. Shield looking for a pull here onto Nick Crick. Manages to get it, and Nick Crick taken extremely low. Just to about half health. Manages to get out all right. No poke really given back there from Invidious. So, some good signs early from Law Gaming, just kind of telling Invidious, don't sleep on us.
Exactly, you're exactly right. We do see like a lot of this early game presence from Law. They definitely are big fans of that. We've seen it countless amount of times. And back to the purple buff invade, I really think it should not be catching anyone out by surprise this late into the OPL when they've just constantly got the exact same thing. But there goes the root onto Nick Crick and the pull. It's going to pull him into some archers. Nick Crick getting relatively low. Will he go down? Will that be first blood? No, it won't. He'll just run towards the back and dodges. That damage to Dante.
The snipe was close. Nearly got him. He just managed to kind of wander over to the side a little bit and avoid it. Dante didn't quite see him. Couldn't manage to get the kill there. That could have been big for Law Gaming, and that's the power of all, is kind of that long-range snipe that can really let you secure a kill onto an enemy when they think they've gotten away. Let's look towards our solo lane again. We can see Top Notch at the moment putting out a bit more poke onto Shrek than the other way around, and that's just the power of that red pot early.
Yeah, you're exactly right. It's going to give him a bunch of power. He's going to be able to really dominate the lane. That bludgeon, just uses the bludgeon and then one basic attack and kills the archers. Like, he's just going to be able to clear that lane and apply so much pressure onto Shrek.
And Nick Crick actually gets pulled in again here by Chill. Dante unable to follow up as Rana Barana keeps the pressure on to the duo side of Law Gaming. Doesn't allow them to follow it up as effectively as they'd like without taking too much damage. They did have a minion wave there. I feel like they could have possibly pressured that a little bit more. The fact that neither Chilled nor Dante is level 5 or Rana or Nick Crick possibly led them to not want it to go in there. Rana rooted down by Chilled. He's just throwing out these seeds like off cooldown, just getting them very wary. Rana tried to roll away from the hail of arrows there, but still got caught by it. I really like Rama late against all of those. So Law Gaming need to find something here, like find something quite early. Otherwise, if Rana can get online, he'll just be out of control.
Yeah, you're exactly right. If you get a Ram fed, like a Rama late game is something you don't want to deal with. And we just missed first blood. In the mid lane, it does look like Freemason dropped the ult down and it went, and Goldie was going to be the one to fall down. So it's going to be 1-0 in favor of Invidious here.
Goldie just copped 3 ultimates technically. Straight to the face. He got the Eagles rally into the Fear No Evil and a couple of firebombs just to make it extra special for him. Freemason credited with the kill from the overhand smash there. So nice synergy there from Invidious. Great rotation from Top Notch. And that's what we know he loves to do. He's not really one of these split pushing kind of solo laners. He's the kind of solo laner that likes to get in amongst it and start the fights.
Yeah, you're exactly right. He just comes straight from his right side. He'll rotate in and they'll find a kill somehow. And I think that's what really makes Invidious shine. They will find a way to get a kill when Top Notch rotates. He's kind of the undercover little playmaker. Walks in, drops a few abilities, and everyone just verges onto that 1 point, and they manage to, well, there we go, pick up first blood and find Goldie.
Yeah, starting fights is a great trait to have in a solo laner, not so much in a mate you go to the pub with. So I'm very glad that I just know Top Notch through Smite and not IRL. We didn't see purple buff that invade that time from Law Gaming. I really expected them to try and go for a purple buff steal there, considering Rana is on such little mana, and Chill and Dante are relatively full on health.
Yeah, I remember seeing Rana playing a Rum a bit earlier in the competition, where he'd start with the Bluestone Pendant, bit of a poopy item, I suppose. But the Death Toll now does give him the same, like a little bit of sustain, not as much obviously, as you can see, like him just using his one to try and clear through that wave just destroys his mana bar. We do see a little bit more of a grouping over towards the mid lane. Top Notch is again rotating, wanting to find something. Shrek's slightly behind him, but there is going to be 3 Invidious players in the mid lane, wanting to give a bit of aggression into that mid tower where Goldie and Sensors are residing.
Yeah, it's because Nick Crick has got his blink and he's got his ultimate up at the moment, so he's just looking to blink in there, put some beads or ultimates, and then lay down the real CC, which is going to come out of Freemason in the Fear No Evil.
Exactly right. And over on the right-hand side, I want to see more fighting. Top Notch is known for being a brawler. But, and as we say that, he just smacks Shrek down to about a third of his health. That bludgeon does so much damage, I can't get over it. The purple buff right now has finished up the cooldown. Sorry, the timer on it. So he's not going to be hitting as hard as he was, but it definitely did give him the early game bit of pressure that he needed in that lane. Because you can see Nick Crick
blinking in the mid lane now, not going to pull anyone as 2 beads are used there. So Sensors and Goldie going to have their beads down, but here comes Chilled around the backside, stunned out from Just Rogue, cops a flame wave, and he's going to root Just Rogue there, doesn't manage to pull him in, but here's Freemason, overhand smash. There's the Wrath of Terror as well. Down comes the through space and time. Sensors is extremely low here. He could fall down. Uses the last breath. Hits a minion. Just Rogue gets credited with the kill there. And the poison is following Nick Crick in the form of some minions. Luckily, he manages to get away from that just in time, though.
Yeah, that was a bit interesting there. If Sensors was purposely trying to hit a minion so it would smack onto Freemason as he was going away, and potentially Nick Crick as well, that would have been pretty cool, and that would have been a bit of an awesome play. But we do see that Invidious are just like really pressuring these left camps. They don't want Law to get any room to breathe at all. The missed pull from Chilled, he's just going to back off there. He's way too low. Going to give a heal to Goldie, and then he's just going to back out. He doesn't have too much health, doesn't have too much mana. Can't really provide anything that his team might need. But Rogue is a phenomenal Agni. I went up against it last night in ranked conquest match, and he just pokes the crap out of you with those bombs. It's really a pain to deal with.
And we saw it last week against the Direwolves as well. Able to use them to not only effectively zone out several members of the Direwolves, but to start team fights as well. Like if he got a stun down, the rest of his team could then follow up on that. And he just has great positioning.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And even though Agni is one of those mid laner gods that you can get away with not having good positioning, just because of the length of your dash and I suppose the cooldown of your dash. So if you put on a player like Just Rogue, who is just really good at his positioning and stuff and rarely gets caught out, then he's going to be able to use that dash more aggressively than, say, someone who gets picked out a little bit too much in fights and whatnot.
Yeah, and as well as that, it allows him to just do more damage because he just always seems to be in the right place at the right time, and that's just a fantastic trait to have in a mid laner. He's going to be the main source of your magical damage, excepting if you have a magical solo laner generally, but still in team fights, he's still going to be the main source of that bursting magical damage. Even with someone with tick like Arcanine, we can see Freemason who's going to hit his shield a couple times with his stick. There goes the Sylvanas passive. Going to really replace the through space and time comes out there from Goldie. Senses is here now. Just like portal through the ground. The firebomb doesn't connect. Fear No Evil comes down. Goldie's in a lot of trouble. His ultimate is unavailable, so he will fall down here. Poison is onto Nickrick, who's under tower. He could go down. Poison doesn't spread to anyone. Nice pull there from Chill. Just Rogue going to take a tower shot, but just manages to get out. Dante looking for a kill here. We're going to pay because Freemason is here. No, oh my goodness, he actually managed to leap away. Runner should snipe. Runner, get up there and snipe right now, son.
Go Runner, press full. Go Runner, press full.
Oh, it doesn't have the mana. He's on 88 mana.
No, that's awful. He would have been able to easily pick up a double kill there and push his team's already 3-1 lead further out. That's a bit unfortunate there.
Rama, no. That's
Rama.
That's so bad, man. Feels bad, man. All right.
Feels awful.
So, Invidious still come out on top in that team fight, though. They picked up a kill on Goldie. I'm not quite sure what prompted him to use his through space and time right at the beginning of that engagement, but with his beads 1 still on cooldown at the time, you can see he's actually picked up an Aegis now as well. He didn't have any escape from the Fear No Evil, was just continually running into a wall while Freemason was beating him with a stick. And then I think it was, I don't know if it was Freemason or if it was Just Rogue credited with the kill there. I think it was Freemason. And I mean, it's just a really unfortunate situation for Goldie, but once again, I'm not quite sure why he used that through space and time.
Yeah, that one baffles me as well. I do want to note something that Shrek has opted to spend 750 gold on Cudgel. Now, if you were to take a look at Cudgel, you're spending 750 gold on a tier 1 that only gives you 100 health. 750 gold, that just doesn't make sense to me. It's one of my little pet peeves when it comes to itemization and builds and whatnot. It's just not worth it. You're better off just waiting in lane or doing something. But as we see over into the mid lane, Nickrick ults in with his no escape and does manage to burn the beads on Senses and Goldie, and then Shield follows that one up with a Wrath of Terror, and nothing's going to happen there. He's going to force out the ultimate, though, from Goldie with that.
He forced out 2 ultimates, really, because Shield used his Wrath of Terror as well. A little bit of a pause here. So he essentially burnt 2 ultimates there for 1, which is extremely worth there. I'm really surprised Goldie didn't use his beads or Aegis, both of which would have cleansed it. He still would have had then the other one available and his ultimate. So a little bit of an odd choice there, but I'm sure there's some reasoning behind it. While we're in this quick break at the moment, let's take a look at our ADC's itemization choices. So we can see that Rana has gone for the Devourer's Gauntlets path and some Ninja Tabai, while Dante has gone Transcendence. Now, we know Ula is a very mana-hungry god, but Switch, explain to me why you think he's going this route rather than Lifesteal.
Well, for Ul, as you just said it, he's very, very mana-hungry, and if he doesn't have the mana to use his abilities, like if he can't use his Bladed Arrows, he's in trouble. Like, he can't clear the wave effectively, and that puts him at a really bad, really big disadvantage. Something that I just picked up on is the Ninja Tabi on Rum, which doesn't really make sense to me, because Rum has the attack speed steroid.
He does, but it's about, I believe, just maximizing the amount of damage he can output towards the late game. Because generally, off this route, you go into Ichaful Executioner, and then you sell the Ichaful late game. And so even though he has the steroid, he's not going to always have that available, and so it's just going to be for when he's just generally auto-attacking. So you can really go either route on the Rum, the power boots or the attack speed boots. It just depends on what you feel like you're going to be doing more, whether it's going to be more for your abilities to be doing more damage, or whether you want to be doing more auto attacks.
As you're right there, if you have the auto attack damage coming out, I suppose early game you're a bit more ability based, and then late game when you got your crit online, if you can output enough auto attacks to be able to do that quickly, you'll be critting 400, 500, 600 constantly. Like that 50% crit that you'll be getting crit extra crit chance, excuse me, that you would be getting on your Deathbringer. Really,
NickCrick blinked in on the mid lane here. Snipes coming through from Rana. All three hit onto Chill. There's a firebomb from Just Rogue, who's going to pick him up with the second one there. Look at it, Rana. He's sniping from the Gold Fury, and he hit all three of them.
That's just a testament to the kind of player Rana is. I've always said Rana has been one of the most mechanically gifted players that we have in the Oceanic Pro League at this point. He's just shown us, like, time in and time out that he is really mechanically inclined. Him just basicing down Dante as well. He's just sitting there, he's weaving between Dante's basic attacks while still managing to keep Dante in the middle of his, I suppose, crosshair. And with that, Dante's down to like a quarter health, and Ranabarana's full health with no mana,
and that's so annoying. Like, especially when like you've got wave clear and you're still just getting poked at by an auto attack god. It's just one of the most annoying things ever. And look, he's forced it back now. He's gonna give up some minions to the tower here, lose out on some gold. Rana being a bit sneaky there, looking for the purple buff. Over at the solo lane, we can see Top Notch and Shrek fighting a little bit here. Something you obviously wanted to see a little bit more, but nothing really too much going to come out of it.
It's a bit unfortunate. I really want to see, like, just punch each other, just hit each other. You've both got, like, big stick type things. You got a hammer, I suppose. You actually have whatever you want whenever you want it, Top Notch. But unfortunately, Shrek has only got a stick. Please start hitting each other a bit more. I want to see some really intense 1v1 fights. Some ego battles, basically, because that's all the solo lane is. Solo lane is just one big ego battle.
Yeah, and I mean, Shrek's got to be feeling pretty good about his ego after his performance last week. Really helped Law Gaming to their 2-0 victory. They're a big part of those wins. So Top Notch as well, he really kept Invidious in their games with Dials. Those games were a lot closer than I think a lot of people thought they were going to be. And as I just mentioned, big part of that was Top Notch and his Odin play. We can see NickCrick in the mid lane again, pulled in by Chilled underneath the tower. Senses is looking to get some more damage onto him here. Just Rogue is helping out his support here though. Dashes through onto Senses, gets some tick damage. There's a nice bomb onto his head as well. Freemason's here. He ran under the tower and then ran straight back out again. Not quite sure what he was looking for there. Top Notch is here as well, but so is Shrek. Invidious looking to set up.
I don't feel that there is much stuff for Invidious to be fighting with now. They don't have the No Escape, but they do have the Fear No Evil. So if they can get them from underneath their tier 1 tower, which I highly doubt they'll be able to, then they can really turn this fight around and extend their lead. But I feel like if Law are going to play this one smart, which I'm fairly sure they should, they are just going to sit back under that tier 1 tower and not allow them to get injured. But that being said, Invidious have taken that little sense of weakness from Law and have decided they want to go over and get this Gold Fury. Senses catches them out. They don't have any wards on it, so they don't know what's happening, but the amount of burst damage coming through from Agni and the sustained damage coming from Rana is really just going to take that one down. You do see a grouping in the mid lane. Big ultimates coming out now. He's getting ridiculously low. Rana sniping out from around Gold Fury area and couldn't manage to get the kill over onto Dante there.
He still hit all of them though. He still hit all of his snipes again. Like, it's unfortunate that these targets haven't been low enough damage for him to pick up a kill on, but he still managed to hit all of them and just do tremendous damage. Like, look at Dante's health right now. He's at about half health when he was on around full health at the start of that fight. We did see NickCrick blink in, wasn't able to find anything off the back of it though, but they do save their tower and get a Gold Fury, so really that engagement goes the way of Invidious.
That's a definite win. Let's head over to those graphs now. We can see that Invidious 4.5k up on Law and in experience, sorry, and their gold is just a little bit, just ticked over to 3.1k. So they're obviously in the driver's seat at this point of the game, even though they're only 3 kills up. They've also taken a Gold Fury. However, they have lost their tier 1 tower on the right-hand lane. Shrek was very quick at smacking that one down and freeing himself to be able to start rotating around and help out in those team fights. But it's kind of a double-edged sword because now Top Notch can rotate as well, and you don't want a Bologna running around.
No, and that's their kind of third initiative right there. The Eagles rally off the backside of Top Notch's Bologna. They can really set up for a lot. I mean, you can force out a pair of beads with it and then go into something like the Fear No Evil or No Escape, or you could use it to stack onto one of those other initiates that they have. As you said, Top Notch roaming freely is just detrimental for Law Gaming. It's going to be, especially with the Bologna, like, he's got Frostbound Hammer, so he's going to be slowing people down. He's gone into a Balance Blade here, which is a little bit odd. I believe that's going to be an Executioner, or if he's particularly daring, he could be Chins.
Yeah, as you see, Nickrick's just wanting to just put down a little bit of pressure on this mid lane. But Census is coming in. No, he's just going to go under his tier 1 tower. I do quite like the Frostbound Hammer on top notch here. I don't feel like it's going to be that important considering their squishes, but we do see Nickrick diving in there with his blink, getting the no escape. No one's going to get pulled, unfortunately, but Chilled is going to counter that one with his own blink, and the Wrath of Terror coming out, and it's going to it knocked up Freemason and Just Rogue. But it doesn't look like there's a big grouping in mid, but it doesn't look like much is going to happen unless we can see a sly Hunbutz get in there and drop a massive Fear No Evil. I don't see this being too big of a fight.
No, but over in the duo side of things, Rana pokes out Dante again under his own tower, and now here comes the rest of Law Gaming. He's been called out to Rana. We can see Shrek coming in here. Doesn't manage to hit him with the stick. Shield came over, but just kind of hung out in the jungle and then went back to the mid lane. Not really anything there for him to find. Yeah, it looks like both of these teams just a bit wary of going in at this point. Invidious not quite confident enough where they're able to dive under a tower. Law Gaming recognizing the lead that Invidious has built.
Yeah, it's a pretty strong lead, as we just mentioned earlier with the graphs. But I really think that the time to fight is now. If Invidious wants something, if Invidious want to take the lead even further, the time to fight is right now. Wrath of Terror is down, and they don't have another big CC ultimate on the side of Law. Whereas Invidious, they've got the Eagles Rally, they've got Just Rogue's Bombs, and they've got Freemason's Fear No Evil. So yes, there is going to be a lot of CC and ultimate and damage coming down from Invidious, and they know that Shield's ultimate's down because he used it in the mid lane like, what, 30 seconds ago. So I feel like if they want something, they got to take it now.
Yeah, and especially there's a lot of pressure on their mid lane tower if they don't group and fight there. Just stand a chance of losing it. Nickrick blinks in onto Dante, chains him here. Comes out is the through space of time from... Here comes Chilled as well. Actually, Wrath of Terror goes down. Looks like Nickrick's going to be caught out a little bit here. Uses some no escape to immune himself from all the CC. But he still manages to just barely get away. The tick damage, though, from Sylvanas is going to be enough to take him down. That's a kill credited to Chilled on Law Gaming. And Shrek is looking for Just Rogue at this point.
Yeah, Runner's in a bit of trouble here. There's 5 Law players in this left-hand side. Runner doesn't have very much mana at all. His ultimate is available to him, but I doubt he'll have enough to get up in the air, be CC immune, and be able to dash away later. But Just Rogue is just getting caught under his tier 1 tower. His dash comes down. He is getting the death bait, the last breath tick onto him. He's persisting. He really wants to stay there. But the ultimate comes down from Shrek. If he can get the cudgel down, Just Rogue's going to die, and he does. Top Notch manages to pick up the double kill, picking up Goldie and returning that one around. And just missing that last part of the bludgeon from Top Notch there, he would have been able to pick up the kill onto Shrek and return the favor, I suppose, and help out his...
Top Notch essentially just zoned out 3 members of Law Gaming. By himself. He zoned out Dante, he zoned out Chilled, and he zoned out Goldie, who he managed to pick up a kill on. And now Invidious is going to look for the gold fear in the back of this.
He's level 18. Like, he can do that now. He can do whatever he wants. He's getting towards that late game Bologna that everyone absolutely hates. And now look at him, just sitting there zoning out of Sylvana, smacking him down almost at half health. Chilled has no way to, I suppose, contest this gold fury. It does look like, unless Shrek can get a dank steal, I don't think he's going to be able to... No. Okay, they're just going to give that one up as Top Notch walks away. But yeah, that could have been a second gold fury to Invidious if Shrek didn't show up.
Yeah, well, credit to Chilled. He kept Top Notch around and unable to put his damage out into the gold fury, keeping him in place until his teammates could come and help him get Invidious off the back of that. But Invidious, another good team fight, and even though this time it was initiated by Law, the counter rotation from Invidious was just perfect, and I feel like Shrek went a little bit ham there, Census went a little bit ham trying to dive on the tower and then staying there just a little bit too long. Goldie as well falling to Top Notch in the back lane, showing the strength of that Bologna.
Exactly, right. If you're playing a Circuit and you want to dive a tier 1, any tier tower, or anything like that, you definitely want to hit that taunt. If you don't hit that taunt, you're done. You just have to get out of that tower because you're going to get locked down, you're going to get CC'd, you're going to stick under that tower, and you're going to be taking damage from that tower. And if you can't get away, then you are definitely dead, because you are just a slippery little sneaky snake serpent. So you won't have the health. You won't be able to sustain yourself through that tower, through those tower shots. So the moment you miss that, get out of tower. Play the safe option, play the smart option, and yeah, live to fight another day.
Oh, a fight here between Rhinobrana and Dante. Here's Top Notch as well. There's the shield bash to slow him down. Through Space and Time comes out, as well as Wrath of Terror. Rhinobrana go for the snipes. 1, 2, doesn't hit the third one. Evil comes down. Shield is the target of the aggression. Shrek is in the back line, looking for Just Rogue. Shield, oh, he just barely missed the portal there, and he looks like he's in a lot of trouble.
He definitely is. He's just going to get away with a lick of health, but it is going to be Shrek just barging through the rest of them. But Top Notch with the fantastic Eagles rally is going to stop him from being able to get away with that Ox form, and they're going to pick up a double kill there.
Yep, double kill credited to Rhinobrana there. Snipes again were on point, just barely missing the third one. And Shield, he was running towards the portal like it was the gateway to heaven, and he just barely missed out of it. Just closed right in his face. And now Invidious going to look for the gold for you again, and that'll put him ahead by quite a bit. There's 6,500 XP, 3,800 gold at this point. Correction, make that 5,500 gold and 7,600 XP after that Gold Fury is finished.
That's unreal. Invidious are really pushing forward their advantage and really coordinating exactly where they want people to be and when they want a fight to happen, and basically dictating to Law, saying, no, you're not fighting now, we choose when we get to fight, and you can't initiate onto us, otherwise we kill you completely. But that Gold Fury pickup is going to be some extra gold in their pockets. They're going to be pushing that forward. They're going to back buy some items, finish them off, start a second active or whatnot. Do see no real tower pressure, no real map pressure from Invidious here. They've gotten the mid tier 1 down. They've taken, they have gotten their right tier 1 taken. I feel like if they've got this advantage, push that map control. You've taken some objectives, you've got your objective control, you've got your wards out from having that objective control. Why not push for towers?
It's just group and fight at this point going to be your best option. I guess they're a little bit worried about the counter rotations from Lord Gaming, but they've shown that they can deal with them. Oh my god, look at Rhinobrana just poking out Dante. Goes up for the snipes here, misses the first one, hits the second one, and misses the third one. But Dante is going to be forced to back out here. He's going to lose his tower on the left-hand side, so there's some of that tower pressure. We can see actually a through space and time in the mid lane, as well as a Fear No Evil. Census is going to go down here to Freemason. Firebombs come out from Just Rogue and Lord Gaming. It looks like they're on the backslide in this one.
Yeah, well, that's just another kill there for Invidious, and they're going to keep pushing this. That's what they do. They get an advantage, and they push it, and they push it, and they push it. But it does look like they want to keep, as I said, they want to keep pushing it. They're going to go, and they want to look for this engage. The Blink Just Rogue on the Agni. There goes the Path of Flames. He's going to stun him out, and they're going to find the kill on Shrek, credited to Nick Crick. So that's good. Nick Crick gets his name up on the score sheet. And everyone on Invidious has gotten a kill, at least one kill.
Yeah, and you
wow,
can see there's not like one person who's been getting all of the kills. It's been really spread out. It's been a really team effort from the guys on Invidious. And I said earlier how Lore Gaming has really grown as a team since the start of the split, and Invidious has done that as well. I said Lore Gaming is probably the team that's improved the most. Invidious probably improved the second most, if not the most as well. Like, both of these teams really improving. We can see Goalie actually, the target of the aggression, he uses the through space of time to get out, but Top Notch is going to get the kill with the Scourge through the wall, and now he's in the back line. He's fighting 3 people while the rest of his team take a tower.
He doesn't care. Top Notch just does not care. He's going to get the bludgeon down, he's going to miss, he's going to cop the root from Chilled, and he's just going to disengage there. He just zoned out like 4 people while his team took that tier 2, and it does look like they want to go towards this mid. Do they want to take this mid tier 2? Much waiting in the flames. He's just going to see. He wanted to go for Chilled there. Unfortunately, Chilled just going to blink in under that tower, and he's going to turn his attention over towards
Goldie.
Oh no, Goldie. Poor Goldie.
Oh, and so yeah, that tier 2 in the mid tower, the site of that last fight is going to go down right here. Invidious, maybe this is time for them to go for the fight.
I definitely think this would probably be the time to go. So I'd probably say back first, because you've just gotten like 2 tier 2 towers and a bunch of picks. So if you back off now and go and get your items finished off and whatnot, then you're going to be able to come back to this fight and really take that Fire Giant very quickly. We are going to take a slight little pause here due to technical issues, but we will be right back as soon as we possibly can.
Hi guys, we are back after that short technical difficulties break. We're just going to take a quick look at Golden Hand here, and we can see that Just Rogan's got 36k Golden Hand, and he's going to back and buy Rod. But Law Gaming, look at this, through space and time, to the Fire Giant. They've sent everyone on Invidious' back, and they're going to try and sneak it out from underneath them.
I don't think they've got the damage for that, and they are going to know, like, Top Notch knows they're doing it. He was just stealing their blue buff, and now he's going into the back line. He's smacking down at Goldie. Fortunately, the Census is just going to be able to zone him out a little bit. He does have his ultimate open to him, so he might be able to get a cool steal off from this. But there goes the last breath onto Top Notch. He jumps straight in, and unfortunately not able to pick it up. Law Gaming are going to secure that Fire Giant, and a fight is about to break out. Wrath of Terror coming down, picking up Freemason and Rana Barana. Ultimates flying everywhere. Shrek in the back line as they're smacking down on Shield. Chains hit him, he's taking quite a lot of damage and is inevitably going to go down to Top Notch there. And over up towards the right side, Freemason does want to dive this tier 2. Dante's getting very, very low, and so is Goldie, but he just doesn't have the health to sustain through that one. And he's going to have to back off on a lick of health between the tier towers.
Oh my goodness, he tried to hit a minion with his Sacred Monkey there and just barely missed and still took another tower shot. He thought he was dead. Invidious tried to take the tier 2 there, they didn't realize the tier 1 tower was still up.
That's happens to the best of us.
That's a brain fart moment right there.
It happens all the time. Something to note. I just want to take note of Rana Barana's player damage right now. He's sitting at 23k. The top 4 player damage characters are all from Invidious, and second is Just Rogue on 1700. So there's quite a large deficit there. So really it goes to show that Rana Barana is really aggressive and in their face and doing a lot of damage and doing a lot of work. As rightly reflects from his score, he's 3, 0, and 6. He's been a part of 9 of the fights, 9 of the kills, as well as been able to smack down a whole bunch of towers and hurt a lot of people. Rana Barana's playing very, very well, but not so in-your-face type of play. But we do see the Blinket in the mid lane, and Nikrik is going to drop his no escape. But unfortunately, no one's going to get pulled up there. Shrek coming in to try and flank Rana Barana, but he's just going to backflip out of that one. And now Shrek looks like he's in a bit of a spot of bother. The blink comes in from Freemason, and the Fear No Evil. He is going to target down Dante. The crit's coming out. The beads the stun from Dante. And does he manage to pick up the kill? Yes, he definitely does. Rana Barana in the air, taking some tick damage. Is he going to go down? No, he's not. He gets away with the tiniest bit of health as his friend Top Notch picks up a double kill onto Goldie and I believe Shield.
Oh,
and that just leaves Shrek left, and Rogue is going to clean him up. Spencer's just running for his life. The poor little jungler.
He didn't get over the wall. Poor Shrek. He went up into the somersault cloud, tried to jump over the wall, and he just scraped the side of the front wall and didn't quite manage to get away there. This should be left Phoenix for Invidious and possibly end. They've got 15 seconds until Childer's back up, and they can really push this advantage. The disappointing thing is that for them is Rana Barana isn't here, which is a lot of their tower damage. Freemason and Top Notch do a lot though.
You're exactly right. Something to mention from that entire fight though was Invidious lost the Fire Giant heal. Like, they couldn't steal it. That entire fight was when Law Gaming had Fire Giant. So not only were Invidious that aggressive with their countering initiate, but they managed to get we'll call it a D-side, even though a few of them came up. They managed to get 5 kills for none that entire prolonged engagement while Law Gaming had that Fire Giant. They are playing exceptionally well and really outclassing Law at this point. Their teamwork's a lot better than them. Their grouping, their objective control, their warding, everything's just showing Invidious to be the stronger team right now.
It really comes down as well, I think, to the draft a little bit. We've mentioned so many times how many initiates Invidious have. They really want to fight these team fights, whereas Law Gaming, they've got basically the one and Shield, and if that doesn't work, then a lot of their kind of team fight is a little bit useless. It's all very single target kind of stuff.
Exactly right, and single target isn't particularly what they want. They want those big circles, and they just want to fight and constantly engage and fight, and then constantly engage, and then after they're done constantly engaging and fighting, they want to fight, and that's just the way Invidious go. But we are going to see them just dip back. They're going to go take that Gold Fury, regroup, and probably start. They just came from a back, so they would have some items. Their actives are all back online as far as I can see. Yes, every single active on the side of Invidious are up right now, as well as every single ultimate. And to add to that, they've got their buffs on them as well. So they're looking for a big fight here. And I'm a bit excited.
I'm
Honestly,
very excited.
something
They
huge.
should be setting up for probably the Fire Giant at this point. We can see if we take a look at our graphs, it's going to be a 24k XP difference in the favor of Invidious and a 19k gold difference. So whilst Law is still kind of their 4th, 5th items, Invidious is pretty much all full build. We can see Ryan has just sold his IK4, gone into the short sword, which will be going into Malice. So he's very, very much online. Just Rogue looks to be going into a Soul Reaver at this point. There's a chin size on Top Notch. That's a chin size, folks.
Well, yeah, that chin size is going to be doing so much extra damage. Like, the bludgeon, like if there are 2 or 3 members of Law grouped up and he smacks it with the bludgeon, that's going to proc onto every single one of them. That's pretty huge. I'm going to see them, Runner does start up the Fire Giant. They do have vision on it on the side of Invidious. Law Gaming don't particularly. Chilled is running in there. This is not a very good chance for Chilled to be running in. He's going to hit the Wrath of Terror, but not a lot is going to happen after that. The No Escape coming out from Nick Crick is not going to find anybody, but there goes the Fear No Evil, and Mason is going to pick up a fantastic kill over onto Chilled. Top Notch is going to find Goldie. This is incredible. They had just found Shrek in the back. Shrek was hiding around the back, and Just Rogue is going to pick up the kill on him. And there goes the Deicide. They don't even want to do the Fire Giant. They're just going to barrel down that mid lane. They've already got 2 lots of fire minions, maybe even 3. That looks like a whole bunch of them. As you can see them, they're blinking over to that Titan. They want that Titan down. As it currently stands, it's at 6,000 health, and they haven't even gotten there yet, and it's already
The
dropping
minions are just
rapidly.
swarming like fire ants. Like, oh my goodness. They could have left the minions to do that by themselves. That's how long the respawn timers were going to be on Lord Gaming. But that is going to do it for our first game there between Invidious and Lord Gaming. Very clearly a victory for Invidious there, just absolutely dominating Law.
25-3. Fantastic effort by Invidious. This isn't the, no. Law didn't really show up as much as I was kind of expecting them to. I was expecting a lot more to come out from Shrek. He played phenomenally last week, and a bit let down, I suppose. But Invidious definitely pushed forward and really showed them who was boss that game. And I hope that the next game's a little bit less one-sided.
Yeah, it just makes it, for Law's sake especially, like that first game's got to be a real blow to their confidence, but Invidious, I think really they won that in their draft. Once they got their ultimates online, basically once they hit level 5, they were able to fight with Law Gaming, and Law Gaming weren't able to respond. Like, Chilled, most of the time, was using his Wrath of Terror as a counter-engage rather than an initiate, and that was really detrimental because they just couldn't find anything off the back of it because Invidious would either beat it away or then just re-engage with their own ultimates, and Law Gaming they just all died. Top Notch there, he didn't get a single magical protection item. His protections were all physical, and it really showed that he wasn't concerned at all about Goldie on Janus, who was still stacking. He was only on about 47 stacks of his Book of Toth right at the end of the game there, and then the only other source of magical damage was Chilled, who got the most kills on his team, but still he's a support Sylvanas, not going to be doing terribly much. If we take a look at some of our stats here, we can see the top player damage goes the way of Rana with 28k, 23k for Just Rogue as well. Freemason gets 21k, so really high damage outputs there. And then on the side of Law, the highest damage is going to be Shrek with 16k. Everyone else in his team hovering around 10k there. So really, the stats, the gameplay, the fights, everything just really backs up how impressive that victory was from Invidious.
Exactly right. The 11k play damage coming out from Goldie on Janus, just not an acceptable amount of damage to be on a Janus. And I feel like that really showed us to the, I think it finished at what, 25-3, the overall kills? Yeah. I think that Law might have been able to find a lot more kills had Goldie been able to put out a lot more damage, because honestly, 11k damage on a Janus for a 33-minute game, it's a bit dismal. It's not what you want at all.
No, and hopefully Law Gaming can turn it around. We're going to head into our second game very soon, just a short break here, guys, and we'll be right back right after this.
Just live this life. Why don't we still killing time?